Hello students, happy Nagara Panchami to everybody. So let us start with the topic principles of inheritance and variation. We have already discussed the first law, that is law of dominance, and the second law, that is law of segregation. But in this class we will be discussing about the third important law of Gregor John Mendel. The third important law is law of independent assortment. Before understanding the law of independent assortment, we have to learn the inheritance of two genes. So, inheritance of two genes. So, basically, inheritance of one gene is also known as monohybrid cross. Inheritance of one gene means one gene governs one character. So, that is only one. We are studying only one character which is governed by only one gene. So that is, this is called as monohybrid cross. But inheritance of two genes means two genes are governing two different types of characters. So here what we are doing is we are jointly studying the characters which are governed by two genes, right? So this is also called as dihybrid cross. Dihybrid means di means two, di means two, hybrid means combination. So here we are combining two characters and studying simultaneously, right? So this is inheritance of two genes. So let us start with the definition. Dihybrid cross. So dihybrid cross is a cross between two different lines or genes that differ in two observed traits or characters. So the name itself says here we are studying two characters. So for example, here Gregor John Mendel's important example is given. Here, as we all know, Gregor John Mendel worked on garden pea plant. He chose several characters. So two characters among those characters here in this example they have given. So here is the example. The cross between pea plant that has seeds with yellow color and round shape with green color and wrinkled shape. So what he is doing here, he is combining the yellow colored with round shaped seed with green color wrinkle shaped seed. So two characters here are, the one is, first character is color, that is the seed, the pea seed, garden pea seed, it may be yellow or it may be green. The second character is seed coat. The seed coat may be round or wrinkled. So these are two characters. Color is one character and seed coat is another character. So color has, the gene which is responsible for color has two alleles. So one allele is yellow, which one allele governs the yellow character and another allele governs the green character. Similarly, in the seed coat also, one allele governs round character and the other allele governs wrinkled character. So here the seed color, here the first character is seed color, the dominant allele here is yellow. So genotype for yellow is Y, capital Y, and recessive allele is green, and the genotype for the recessive allele is small y. So you can clearly differentiate the yellow color and green color here. So now second character is seed coat. In the seed coat, dominant allele is round, which the genotype is capital R, and the recessive allele is wrinkled, the genotype for which is small r. So you can see the dominant allele for round seed. Here I have made a small picture of it, and the recessive allele wrinkled, the wrinkled shape is like this. So the genotype for wrinkled shape is small r. So now we will repeat the Gregor John Mendel's experiment. So what he's done is he crossed round yellow seed with wrinkled green seed. The round yellow seed has the genotype of capital R, capital R, capital Y, and wrinkled green seed has the genotype small r, and small y. So this is called as parent generation. So now the round yellow color seed forms capital R, capital Y gamete. Similarly, wrinkled green seed produces small r, small y gamete. So these gamete fuse together in F1 generation. So in the F1 generation, what you will get? In the F1 generation, you will get round yellow seed. So the genotype of that round yellow seed is capital R, capital Y, small y. So this condition is heterozygous because this is heterozygous round and heterozygous yellow. Heterozygous in the sense capital R, one capital R is there and one small r is there. Similarly, one capital Y is there for yellow and small y is for green. So this is heterozygous condition. So the genotype in the F1 generation, what we get is round yellow seed. So now what we'll do is we'll self cross F1 generation. So similarly, we'll self cross F1 generation. That means capital R, capital Y, small y. This is the one parent or male parent, you can say, is crossed with same phenotype or same parent, that is capital R, capital Y, small y. Both are heterozygous round and heterozygous yellow seeds. So the gametes of these F2 generation which are being processed, the gametes for these are the gametes which will produce F2 generation, right? So but these are gametes in the F1 generation. So gametes here are what are the possible gametes? On one side I have written male gametes, on the other side I have written female gametes. So here 4 different kinds of gametes are possible. The first male gamete is capital R, capital Y. Second is capital R, small y, capital Y, small y. Similar gametes you will find here in this row, right? So now I have already filled the Punnett checkerboard. So we'll try to understand the first column. Here capital R and this capital R. So capital R, capital Y. So this first box will the first genotype is round yellow. Both it is homozygous round yellow. Similarly, in the second box, capital R, capital Y, small y. So this becomes homozygous round seed and heterozygous yellow seed. Next, third one, that is capital R, small r, capital Y. So here it is heterozygous round seed, homozygous yellow seed, right? So in the last box it is again capital R, capital Y, small y. This is heterozygous round, heterozygous yellow seed. So in the next box, if fill the same gametes, what here what genotype is there, the same genotype will be here. Okay, you will see here capital R, capital Y, small y is there. Similarly, capital R, capital Y, small y is there. In this box is replicated over here, right? So you can see over here capital R, small r, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y. So we'll come to it later on. First we'll fill all the boxes. So this box this genotype capital R, capital Y, small y becomes round, homozygous round, heterozygous yellow. In the next box, it becomes capital R, small y. This means this is homozygous round, homozygous green in color, right? This is homozygous round and homozygous green in color. So next column, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. So this becomes heterozygous round, heterozygous yellow seed. So in the last block, it is heterozygous round, homozygous green in color. So next box we fill capital R, small r, capital Y. This is heterozygous round, homozygous yellow. Similarly here capital R, capital Y, small y. So this becomes heterozygous round and heterozygous yellow in color. So similarly next box, small r. So here small r, capital Y. So this becomes homozygous wrinkled seed with homozygous yellow in color. Next box, this is small r, capital Y, small y. So this again homozygous wrinkled seed, heterozygous yellow seed. So fill the last column, capital R, capital Y, small y. So this becomes heterozygous round, heterozygous yellow seed. So next column, capital R, small y, that is heterozygous round, homozygous green in color. The next box, small r, capital Y, small y. So this becomes homozygous wrinkled seed, heterozygous yellow seed. The last box, that is small r, small y. So this is homozygous wrinkled, homozygous green in color seed. So you just write the phenotypic ratio for this. So the phenotypic ratio, you just check how many yellow seeds are here. Phenotype means external appearance. So here how many externally round yellow seeds are there, that will count. So this is first one round yellow seed, second round yellow seed, third round yellow seed, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So total 9 round yellow seeds are there. Then second one, this row is finished, this column is also finished. We'll see this column. So here what we'll see here, round seed with green in color, that will count. The round seed which is green in color. So one is here round green, here it is also round green and round green, one more round green is here. So total 3 round green seeds are there, that we have already written here. Next this is remaining, so this will count. So this is homozygous, not homozygous, we are only talking about phenotypic appearance. So what we will see, wrinkled yellow seed, here we will be counting wrinkled yellow seed. One wrinkled yellow is here, second wrinkled yellow is here and third wrinkled yellow is here. So total 3 wrinkled yellow seeds and only 1 wrinkled green seed is there. So this is phenotypic ratio. Then the genotype. So here the genotype, how many genotypes are possible, that will note it down here. So first genotype is capital R, capital Y. So this is one genotype. So only one capital R, capital Y genotype is over here. The second one is capital R, capital Y, small y. So there are total 2 capital R, capital Y, small y genotype. One is over here and the other is over here, right? So next The third genotype is capital R, small y. So only one of such genotype is here. So that is capital R, small y. So next, capital R, capital Y, small y. There are two of these genotypes. So that is capital R, capital Y. So one more will be here, capital R, capital Y, small y. So the next genotype is capital R, capital Y, small y. So total four number of this genotype is present. So capital R, capital Y, small y. So one is here, capital R, capital Y, small y, and second one is here, capital R, capital Y, small y. Third one is here, capital R, capital Y, small y. Fourth one is here, capital R, capital Y, small y. Right. So next genotype is capital R, small y. So there are two of this genotype. So that is capital R, small y. So one more is here, capital R, small y. So the next genotype is small r, capital Y. Only one of this genotype is present over here, small r, capital Y. Then the other genotype is small r, capital Y, small y. So there are two of this genotype is present. One is over here, small r, capital Y, small y. The other is over here, small r, capital Y, small y. So the last genotype is capital R, small y. So only one of this genotypes, capital R, small y. So that is over here, capital R, small y. Sorry. Oh, sorry. So the last genotype, this is, I will just make a correction over here. So this genotype is smaller, not capital R. I'll reconsider. Okay, pardon me. So this is the last genotype, that is small y. Only one is over here, right? So I have written for our convenience, I have already written the genotypic ratio over here. So the genotypic ratio is 1:2, 2:1, 2:4, 2:2, 1, 2:1. So this is the this is the genotypic ratio. This kind of cross is generally called as dihybrid cross, right? So here the two important characters are, one is color of the seed and coat of the seed coat, right? So color may be yellow or green and coat may be round or wrinkled. So this is dihybrid cross. The phenotypic ratio of the dihybrid cross is 9:3:3:1, whereas the genotypic ratio is 1:2, 2:1, 2:4, 2:2, 1:1. So this is the genotypic ratio. So now what we'll do, we'll separate these two characters. So we'll try to understand, or we will try to separate these two characters, that is round character will cross separately and the color also will cross separately. So if this becomes the monohybrid cross, because we are only crossing the one character at a time. Here we are crossing one character at a time. So the first character is inheritance of garden pea seed coat, right? The seed coat may be round or wrinkled. Here the dominant allele for round is capital R, and recessive allele for wrinkled seed is small r, right? So let us cross the parent seeds, parent plants. So that is round seeded pea plant, that is having genotype capital R, with wrinkled seeded pea plant which is having genotype small r. So these are the shapes. Round seed is over here and wrinkled seed is like this. So this becomes the parent generation. So gametes, so what kind of gametes this generation will produce, that will look into. So the first gamete here, capital R, both are capital R, so it can produce only one type of gamete, that is capital R. And similarly smaller, here only small r, this is the only gamete which is possible, right? So this is the only type of gamete, small r, is possible. So if you fuse or if you combine or if you make a hybrid, then in the F1 generation, so this is F1, in the F1 generation you will get heterozygous round seed, right? Heterozygous because one capital R is there and one small r is there. So the phenotypically it appears round in shape, but it is heterozygous round seed. So now what we'll do, we'll self cross F1 generation. So when we self cross F1 generation, the gametes which are possible are the male gamete and female gamete. So one gamete may be capital R, the other gamete may be small r for this parent. Similarly, one gamete of this parent is capital R, the other gamete is small r over here, right? So I have filled the Punnett checkerboard. So first it becomes capital R, so that is homozygous round seed. So next one, capital R, small r, that is heterozygous round seed. Third, here capital R, small r, it is also heterozygous round seed. And finally last one, small r, so this is homozygous wrinkled seed. The phenotypic ratio here is 3:1 and genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. So the genotypes are capital R, one seed is there, capital R, small r, two seeds are there, small r, only one seed is there, right? So this is the phenotypic ratio as well as genotypic ratio. The phenotypic ratio is 3:1 and genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. So similarly, this is inheritance of garden pea for seed coat. Similarly, we'll perform this in case of color of the seed also. So now we are trying to understand the second character, that is inheritance of garden pea seed color. The seed color may be yellow or green. So here the dominant allele is yellow, capital Y, its genotype is capital Y, and recessive allele is green, that is the genotype is small y. So now we'll cross the yellow color seed plant with green color seed plant. The genotype of yellow color seed is capital Y because it is dominant, and green color seed is, the genotype of green color seed is small y. So this becomes the parent generation. Now gametes. The yellow color seed can produce only one type of gamete, that is capital Y. The green color plant also can produce only one type of gamete, that is small y. So now in the F1 generation you will get heterozygous yellow seed, so that is capital Y, small y. So the seed is phenotypically yellow, it is heterozygous in condition, so heterozygous yellow seed. So this is F1 generation. When we self cross F1 generation, so what we will get, the genotypes, So the gametes of F1 generation are, one is capital Y and the other is small y. Similarly, for this parent, one is capital Y and the other is small y. So I have filled the checkerboard. Capital Y, capital Y, capital Y. So this becomes yellow seed. Capital Y, small y, capital Y, small y. So this becomes yellow seed. So but this is heterozygous yellow. The previous one is homozygous yellow. Similarly, this is capital Y, small y. So this is also heterozygous yellow. The last one is small y, small y. So that is homozygous green in color. The phenotypic ratio here is 3:1, 3 yellow seeds and 1 green seed, and the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Here 1 is homozygous yellow, 2 are heterozygous yellow, and 1 is homozygous green in color. Right. So this is the monohybrid cross for seed color. The previous one was monohybrid cross for seed coat. So now what we do is we'll combine the monohybrid cross of seed coat with the monohybrid cross of seed color. So by combining, what we are doing, we are making a hybrid of it, right? One monohybrid cross for seed coat, the other monohybrid cross for seed color. So as we are combining these two, so this becomes dihybrid cross, right? So that will prove, right? Here the monohybrid cross of inheritance of seed coat, here I have written the phenotypic ratio, that is 3:1, and monohybrid inheritance of seed color, one is seed coat, the other is seed color. The both phenotypic ratio is same, 3:1. So we'll combine this. What is the assumption? We have to get the dihybrid cross. We already know that the dihybrid cross phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1. So that we have to get. Now we'll try to prove that if you combine two monohybrid crosses, so it will become a dihybrid cross. That we are going to prove, right? So here monohybrid for inheritance of seed coat is phenotypic ratio. I have written again here the phenotypic ratio is there, that only I have written here 3:1. And similarly for this, the monohybrid inheritance of seed color is 3:1. Color one is yellow and the other is green. So here what is the, now what I am doing is I am just multiplying these two brackets, right? So here first 3 into 3, 3 into 3, so that is 3 3s are 9. Then second one 3 into 1, 3 1s are 3, right? So third one is 1 into 3, 3 1s are 3. Then the last one 1 into 1, so that is 1, right? Here 9, you see here you just concentrate on the images here. So 3 is round seed, 1 wrinkled seed. So this is one character, the other character is yellow color and green color. 3 yellow seeds and 1 green seeds. So what we are doing is we are combining here. We are combining the seed coat, the round or wrinkled seed, with yellow or green seed, right? So we just multiply this, will get 3 3s are 9, that is 9 round yellow seed. You see here 9 round yellow seed, and 3 into 1, that is 3 3 into 1, that is 3 wrinkled yellow, 3 wrinkled yellow. Similarly 1 into 3, the 3 wrinkled green, 1 into 1, sorry, 3 round green, 3 ones are 3 round green, and last one is wrinkled green. So that is 9 round yellow seeds, 3 wrinkled yellow seeds, 3 round green seed, and 1 wrinkled green seed. So exactly it is exactly equal to the phenotypic ratio of the dihybrid cross, right? 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So that means here they are, that here what it says is the monohybrid cross for seed coat is they both are independently same, and if you combine them they don't have any combining effects also, right? So this is separately you can do, as well as you can study them in hybrid cross, both is same, right? So genotypic ratio will just perform this same thing in case of genotypic ratio. So the genotypic ratio of inheritance of seed coat is 1 is to 2 is to 1, and similarly monohybrid inheritance of seed color for the genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. So now what we'll do, we'll just multiply. So what is the assumption? We have to get the genotypic ratio of the dihybrid cross, that is 1 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 4 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1. So this same ratio we have to get. Now what we'll do, we'll just multiply. I have taken the same notations down here, right? So the first one, 1 into 1, that is 1, 1 into 2, that is 2, 1 into 1, that is 1. The three things over for this. The second one, 2 into 1, 2, 2 into 2, that is 4, 2 into 1, 2. Similarly for this, 1 into 1, 1, 1 into 2, 2, 1 into 1, that is 1. It is exactly equal to the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 4 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1. So this is exactly equal to the dihybrid cross genotypic ratio, right? So if you perform two monohybrid crosses and multiply them, it is exactly equal to the dihybrid cross, right? So this is a thing, this is a generalization. By this experiment Mendel proposed the third law, or the third law, that is the Mendel's law of independent assortment. This law completely depends on the experiment we just perform. So what the Mendel's law, the Mendel's law of independent assortment says is that the definition here is, when two pairs of traits are combined in a hybrid, segregation of one pair of character is independent of the other pair of characters, right? So when two pairs of traits are combined in a hybrid, segregation of one pair of characters is independent of the other pair of characters, right? So this is the statement of the Mendel's law of independent assortment. So here what we'll just put the, as the definition, as the statement says, in that manner only I will put some points here. So hybrid parent, what he says, when two pairs of traits are combined in a hybrid. So that means here two pairs of traits, right? So this is a hybrid seed, round yellow seed, right? So this is a round yellow seed. The seed coat is round or wrinkled. The seed coat is round. Here the character is seed coat, capital R is for round, small r is for wrinkled. So similarly seed color, capital Y is for yellow color and small y is for green color. So this is a hybrid seed, right? The first statement, when two pairs of traits are combined in a hybrid. So that we have already taken the hybrid seed here. So what he says, segregation of one pair of character is independent of the other character. So segregation of characters. So what we'll do, we'll separate both the characters. So that means seed coat will separate and seed color also will separate, right? So seed color is capital R and small r, right? Capital R means round, sorry, seed coat. So this is seed coat. Seed coat is capital R and small r. Capital R means round coat and small r means wrinkled coat. Similarly, this is capital Y and small y for color. Capital Y is for yellow color and small y is for green color. So here, by combining these two only, you just see here, both these characters or both these characters have 50% chance of combining. That means here capital R, capital small r, this makes 50%, and capital Y, small y, this makes 50%. So this is 100% hybrid seed. Hybrid seed is 100%. So if you separate both the characters, the round character or the seed coat will take half of the percentage here, and the color will take half of the percentage, that is 50% round or wrinkled seed, 50% yellow or green seed, right? So now here the next point, what we are going to understand, the percentage of segregation of each allele. As you can see here, there are two alleles. Capital R is one allele, small r is the other allele. Similarly, for color, capital Y is one allele and small y is the other allele. So again, if you divide the percentage for each allele, that becomes 25% capital R and 25% small r, right? Similarly, for this, capital Y takes 25% and small y takes 25%. So that is, each allele has 25% chance of combining to the parent one, right? So this is the Mendel's law of independent assortment. So I will just repeat the statement. When two pairs of traits are combined in a hybrid, 2, segregation of one pair of character is independent of the other pair of characters. So that is segregation. We have segregation means separation. We have separated one character, that is round and wrinkled, yellow and green, right? So the chances of mixing of these round and wrinkled with yellow and green is 50% and 50%. So each allele gets 25% chance of fusion, right? So this is the Mendel's law of independent assortment. Okay, in the next class we will discuss the other thing. Thank you.